Welcome back, guys. Still a Tesla trade in progress. Well, it's not in progress anymore. I got out. I got out of my put somewhere in this big green bar here. What are we looking at for volume now? Look at this volume here. Volume bar 1, volume bar 2 is bigger, but look at the spread on this one and the wick at the top. So they put in more effort. They got less of a result for it. And they're near the 20 period moving average. They got less of a result, and not only that, the Bears were able to take control for a moment and push it down. So if the Bulls want this to go up, they're going to need to break this level here with high volume, or they're coming right back down. This 20 period moving average here, right here. Oh, excuse me. This 20 period moving average here. You want to see a break of that, but you want to see it on heavy volume. This volume that they're approaching it with right now is not heavy. It's not even as big as the volume in the previous candles. So I'm not believing in this at all. I'm not believing in this at all. I got out and said that I would go short again at 1040. I don't even think we're going to get there, guys. I don't even think we're going to get to 1040. But once again, volume's telling the story that this move's not real. So all we're going to have to see is for this bar to be bigger than this bar on a wider spread, and we're going below here. It might even happen in real time. Let's see, though. I'm going to pause this so it's not terribly long while we're waiting for the candle to close, and I'll check in periodically and see where we are. But I think this is going to fail and go back down, which is going to suck because I wanted to get short again. All right. It's been about 5 minutes, additional 5 minutes. This volume is decreasing on this down
Legal
move.
notification. Tom **com liked your post.
This volume is decreasing on this move right here. I mean, this is right at the 20. So what you really want to see is you want to see some effort and result. You want to see an effort rewarded by the result. And this is a small effort by the Bulls right now. But if this breaks down below and this bar is more volume than this bar here and the spread is lower, that's going to be a good short. Check back. All right. I think we can safely call this downtrend here. This trend line's about to be broken. And I think we're going to continue on down to lower prices. I was targeting 1015 here for the longest. I think we might see it now. The Bears have taken a minute to see that they're not going to get higher prices. So now they're going to come on down here. Let's check back in 5 minutes. All right, we're back briefly. It's been about 5 minutes. As you can see, we have broken this trend line here. All right. I set a target of 1015. That's where we're going, I think. I believe that's where we're going. I put it in a chat and someone was like, oh, we didn't even touch that place. Well, we did. All the way back here is where we started this move, this huge rally. We started this rally right here on the 28th at 1015. So, I mean, that's a logical place that they can go. That's where they started buying before. They clearly don't want to buy anymore right now. So they're going to take price down to where they bought before. I mean, it's simple. So let's see if it gets down there. And let me know what you guys think of this starting and stopping video. If you've noticed, the last few videos I've done have been without intros and outros because I'm not editing these. I'm just recording them, screen recording them, and then uploading them. That allows me to really put out some content because I don't have to think about what I'm going to teach you, edit it, and all that stuff. So, but I can just start and stop, and we can just follow what I'm saying to you guys. So look at this volume here. Look at this volume pick up on this trend line break. So we might see a retest, hopefully on light volume, and then another fall away. So let's see what we get. See you guys in let's do 10 minutes. Hey, it's been less than 10 minutes, but we're continuing to break down here. Seeing a little confluence in this area right here. I'd like to see a retest right where this trend line is. That would be like the perfect short setup. I don't think we're going to get it, though. I think they're going to flush this now. But if they do retest, they're going to wick this area here and continue down. All right, I'll see you guys in a second. All right, we're back again. So we've got that break. Volume is increasing. You guys see this? More people believing in this move here. We are touching this bottom band, but it's got room to stretch. It's got room to stretch. We're at the end of this candle here. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good spread. I think it's going to continue on down. Yeah, buddy. So now we just look to see volume continue to increase. We don't want to see volume back off here. We don't want to see a decrease in volume. We want to see these volume bars continue to get bigger, and we want to see the spread at least be maintained or go higher. We don't want to see a big volume push and then the spread's tiny, because you're going to get um, a move up after that. So let's continue to watch it. Let's see what this bar does. It's got about 4 minutes left, and we'll be back. I love to see this battle here. I love to see this candle go from red to green, red to green. You know what this tells me when this is happening at the end of this Bollinger Band? It's telling me that buyers believe that it's oversold, and they're buying. They're buying, they're buying, they're buying. It keeps going from green to red, green to red. But they can't overcome the selling. So buyers are participating. That's how you get large volume. You don't get typically large volume from a bunch of active selling. You get it from the buyers also participating. They're also aggressively buying, trying to move the price, but they can't because the sellers are stronger. This is a classic example of that. So this bar could be huge. It could be huge with a small spread, or with a smaller than normal spread, because buyers are also participating. But you want to see participation by buyers, because if they're not coming in here, they're stepping aside and price is going to fall really fast. Okay, so they're defending this. But if they are coming in here and they still can't defend it because selling is still coming in, that's even better. That's what you want to see. So I got a little excited there. But yeah, let's see how this plays out. All right, guys, we're back here. We didn't quite make it to the 15. We made it to 21. Looking like the low was 1021.62. So they're coming in a little bit sooner. This volume down here, you guys see this volume, this bearish volume, up, up, up. Let's blow it up. Let's see. Up, 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 up. Then the bulls took over, and they were convincing when they took over. Not only was it more volume than this, because you had a lot of bearish participation, you had the bears trying their hardest to push it down. But not only did the bulls come back, not only did the bulls come back to push to stop the momentum, they came back and pushed it above. So while you don't have a lot of spread on this candle right here, you don't get a huge spread because you have participation at the bottom of both sides pretty heavily. And it looks like the Bears or the Bulls won temporarily, but I still think this is going to reject and come back down here because the market just doesn't it just doesn't have it today. It's kind of I don't know. It's kind of tricky. It's kind of coming back. The overall market, I mean, it's kind of coming back, and Tesla's going to move with the overall market. So, but you're not getting follow through, and this is a problem here. So you had this big momentum stop the movement of the bears. You should have another big bar that should take you above this trend line, above this moving average, and you should be off to the races, but you don't have that participation here. So maybe they're going to do it in multiple candles. So you combine this volume with this volume, see how it stacks up to this one here. But if you don't see follow through, I mean, that's a weak move. Even if you get a big push up, say this rises all the way from here, you get this huge push, but the volume is low, that's going to signify that there was no participation by the bears. Okay? That they just stood out of the way. They stopped selling. That's how they were able to get such a spread out of price with such low effort. All right. So I hope this video has been helpful to you guys. I hope it's let you see how, you can literally take it bar by bar. And this is just a 5-minute chart. You can really take it bar by bar and see what are the big traders doing, because they move the markets. There's big traders fighting this out. There's someone with $1 billion and someone else with $1 billion, and they believe that Tesla's going in different directions. Okay. So we're getting a little pickup here in spread, but what's happening? You're getting a big spread, but you're not getting the volume out into it. So this is going to be very interesting. I don't like to see volume decreasing on a move. On a move to the from the band. And speaking of that, we can test out our Bollinger Band strategy right here. This wouldn't work out here though, because I believe the 200 period moving average is way above, so we wouldn't be looking for longs. Let's see where it is. It's got to be above though. It might be below. Let's see. Let's add a moving average. All right, we added a 200 period moving average. It's this yellow line here in the sky, and it's definitely below it. It's below everything. It's below the 20. It's below the VWAP. It's below the 200 period moving average. It's below the POC here. If you guys don't know what that is, check out my volume profile video on this channel. And we're approaching an area where it just blew through. You see this area here on this chart where there was no volume traded damn near? Look at that area there. I'm going to put a box around there. It's approaching this area here. So it's going to do one or two things. It's going to blast up through it, or it's going to reject it. But you're getting a huge spread. Look at this spread out of this candle. Look at this spread. What is the volume doing? We're back at the 20. Poo-doo, poo-doo. You guys remember those old Mario Brothers video games? Doo-doo, doo-doo. They go down the tunnel or they die. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That's what I feel like I'm playing right now. Okay, so we were able to increase the volume here on an up move finally. We need to see some follow through though. Don't put in this big green bar and just let them take over, unless they're going to this area here, this lower side of this trend line, and then bounce up. But if the bears can match this volume here on the down move and match the spread, I don't think there's going to be a bounce here. I think we're going to go right back down, right back through it. So let's see what happens. All right, looky here. What do we have? We got a midday reversal. We got a shakeout. 17-point move up above these highs. Let's see what it does as it approaches this low volume node here. You guys notice that almost everything on my chart has to do with volume. This is a volume profile. It's just sideways volume here. Instead of showing you volume by time and bar, it shows you volume by price. I have a video on it. Check it out. This is the volume weighted average price. So it takes all the shares traded and at the volume they were traded, at the price they were traded, and puts a value here. So I made a video about this also. You wanna be selling above this and stop selling when you get to it, and you want to be buying below it and stop buying when you get to it. Basically, like that's the average price. So everyone that's bought or sold today, they've done so. If you use this line as a reference, the people that are buying now are getting a good deal because they are getting a better price than everyone that's transacted today because they're below this. If you get above, everyone that sold this earlier in the day sold it above this, got a better price than anyone because they sold it above the volume weighted average price. All right. So I tell you, volume is king. It's king. It's king. It's king. It's something that they can't hide intraday. It's something that the big players can't hide. You know, they can whip you around in a chart pretty good, but when you really dig deep into volume and see what picture they're trying to paint, you get the picture. So let's see how it reacts to this line here or this zone here. See if it wants to come through it. You also have the, what is this here? That's the VWAP. So you have the VWAP, volume weighted average price, above this line. So you got a lot of confluence. You got a top band here. You got a low volume node. We expect it to reject it. You've got volume weighted average price, but you're still below your 200 moving average. So this would be a perfect setup if this closes outside this band and attacks this. A perfect setup for that Bollinger Band strategy that I talked about, that mean reversion. So let's see what happens. We also have it's like a double distribution day here. The volume started up here heavy, pushed it down. Now it's down here heavy, pushing it up. So let's see how it reacts to this though, because if it can't get over this, this is a shorting opportunity. And this would have been where I wanted to get in before. Remember I said 1040? Let's see what happens. All right, what are we seeing here? So this bar here, this volume bar here, the biggest volume we've seen all day, but the spread is weakening. Look at the spread on this. Not only does it have wick to the top and the bottom, which means sellers came into the top and they lost a little ground. So that's why this bar is so big, because it had participation from both sides. You see that? So you do have it going up. You do have an uptrend in volume. And it's bigger than the uptrend and downside volume. But you want to see the bulls continue. You want a big volume spike through this if they're going to break through this. If not, the bears are going to take back over and push this down. So this is do or die time here. This will decide the market direction probably for the rest of the session. If the bulls can't break through this and reclaim VWAP and go higher, we're coming back down, and we're coming down hard this time. We're coming down hard this time. So let's see what happens. Looks like they're gathering the strength though to get up through here. But the volume has to confirm the move. They can't just blow through this area. This area they can here with low volume because there was nothing traded here before. You see that? So there was already no participation here. So it won't take a lot to get up through this unless it's acting as resistance, and then it'll take a lot. So either way, though, I want to see an increase in volume. I don't want to see volume dry up here. Let's see what happens. All right, this is the perfect time to pop back in one last time. Look at Lichtrugal. Lichtrugal. Look at this 20 minutes, 20 seconds left in this bar. Big volume, small spread. So it doesn't even matter if this turns red at this point, which it just did, because either side, this is indecision. This is indecision. But because it's below this and below this, I have to give it to the bears. Next candle should be red. Because the bulls just put in a lot of effort and could not get above this line. I would expect the bears to take over now pretty ferociously. Let's see if they do. Got a small sell off here, guys, but volume's decreasing as it goes down. I'm not believing in it. Not believing in it at all. It just looks like the buyers have stepped aside momentarily and they're able to push this down. So, not believing in it. I think short term right now we're bullish. I think we're going to use this 20 to bounce. All right. Once again, using volume. We were not faked out. We didn't believe in that bearish move because it wasn't real. And then what happened? The bulls came back. Boom. Broke through this area here. So it's 1 o'clock. I got things to do. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video here. But let me know if you guys like this stop action that I gave you today and analysis, volume spread analysis. All right. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.